Dear friends, COVID-19 has been instrumental for several changes in all walks of human life. When it comes to education, online platform has gained significant place and it will remain so in the years to come. Therefore, we here in Scholars Indian School believe that it is our responsibility to develop the digital skills of our students. It is from this perspective the science department of the school has decided to go for a mini digital exhibition. The school wants to develop the skills of the students in curation so that they will understand how best to select and utilize images and video materials to illustrate a particular concept, in addition to the enhancement of their knowledge in that specific subject. We also want them to develop their collaborative skills so that it will help them to improve their presentation and representative skills. The science teachers of our school, along with their students, have taken initiative for this project. As it is a maiden project, we know that there can be a lot of areas where they require a lot of improvement and modification. But we don't want any human errors to stop our students from taking the first step of a 1,000-mile journey. It is a humble beginning, but the school will definitely take it up further. And you can find better versions of these kinds of projects brought out in the coming years. I am delighted to see that the fraternity of our school, the science fraternity of our school, have taken leadership role in this regard, and I wish them all the best in this venture. Thank you very much.
Good morning to you all. My name is Jadidia from class 1B. Today we are going to see a science experiment which is so colorful. Now let's see the materials. 1/2 glass of water, 1 strip tissue paper and some markers. Now let's take the tissue paper and with the sketch pens we will draw some dots. Now let's dip this in the tip of the tissue paper. What is happening here? Is it a magic? No magic out here. It's just behind the science. The water absorbs by the tissue paper, and this is known as capillary action. Tissue paper has small gap which will absorb the water. What do you think? Who use these properties? How does the leaf get water? We put water in the soil, so plants have capillary action to get water from the soil. The root touches the water and they use the capillary action to send it to the leaf. This was the best good experiment to learn about capillary action. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I am Vidyanati from grade 1D. There are many types of energies around us. There are light energy, heat energy, wind energy. So friends, what is energy? Energy is anything that can change a matter. Today's activity, I am going to show you how we can change heat energy to light energy to make electricity. So let's go to the activity. So let's see what we need. We need 1 can, 2 pieces of cardboard and 1 big cardboard, 4 nails, 1 metal pipe, 3 candles, MC, hot glue, mini motor and LED light. Let's see how we can do the activity. We have to fix the pipe into the can with the MC. Put it aside for 10 minutes. Now to fix the can, we have to make 2 stands. For that, we need 2 cardboard pieces and 4 nails. You have to put the nails inside the cardboard. In the 2 sides. Now, we have to put the other cardboard and put all the nails in this. Now we have to fix the stand into the base with hot glue. You can ask your parents for help. Now we are going to fill the can with the water. I made this fan by cutting the can. You can take your help from your parents. Now we have to take the mini motor and the fan and stick on the stand. I'm going to put the can on up. Fix another stand and put the LED light and take a wire and connect the mini motor and LED bulb. I'm going to put the water inside the can will boil and the steam will go out through the pipe and the fan start rotating. will go through the wires and the LED bulb will start on. So friends, now you can see the water in the can is boiling and make steam to run the fan, and the fan will make electricity to switch on the light. The running fan is making electricity and the light will switch on. I am going to say about density. Density makes things sink or float. I am going to show you 3 experiments with metal, a plastic ball, a lemon. It will sink. Now plastic ball is gonna float. Lemon, will it float or sink? Sink. The coin sinks because it's denser than water. The plastic ball floats because it's lighter than water. The lemon sinks because it's denser than water. Next experiment, we will try to make the lemon float. Let us add some salt. Now let's see how the lemon will float or sink. It floats. By adding salt, we make water denser to make the lemon float.
Hello everyone, myself Kanika Bhatt from Scholars Indian High School Grade 1A. Today my science project topic is about save environment. My first point is save soil. Soil is important because when it comes to our quality of life, it plays the main role in the air that we breathe. With so many environmental issues like global warming, air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, people are also looking into ways to keep our planet safe. The second point is save forest. People are cutting trees. Because of that, animals are dying and no food to eat and less rainfall. So, do not cut trees and grow more trees. The third point is save natural, save water. There is only 1% of water for we human beings. I have the best way to save water and store water. We should build dams to save and store water. The fourth point is save natural resources. We should use wind energy and solar energy by using solar panels and windmill. The next point is save Mother Earth and save our future and live a happy life by grow more trees. Do not cut trees. We should follow the 3 R's. They are reduce, recycle and reuse. If we follow those 3 R's, we will live a happy life and we will not face any problems.
colorful experiment. First we need colors green, red and orange. Then we need a earbud and dishwasher. First we will put a milk. Then we have to put color foods. Then we have to also put one more color food. Then we have to also put one more. Then we have to take a dishwasher and the earbud in the center. The color will explode. Yay! I'm going to show blowing up a balloon experiment. Basis of this experiment. Two chemicals react with each other to form new chemical or chemicals. In this experiment, baking soda plus vinegar gives water plus sodium acetate plus gas. Now I am going to do the experiment. I take vinegar, one empty bottle, baking soda and balloon. I put vinegar in this bottle. I take balloon and I put baking soda into that. I am fixing the water bottle. In the water bottle. Now, baking soda and vinegar react to form a gas. The balloon blows up. Thank you. My name is Miss Marie Matthew. I am studying in grade 1B. Today, I'll show you a Other pollution. Noise pollution caused by some from vehicles, machines, carcass, explosion, and mine. How to avoid noise pollution? By avoid loud noise, music, crackers, explosion. Land pollution. Land pollution is pollution on earth due to solid liquid waste. Causes of land pollution: improper garbage throwing, cutting of trees, waste from factories, mining. Now, how we can reduce land pollution? Education, reuse, recycle, avoid plastic. Water pollution is a big problem. Everyone needs water to live. Causes of water pollution: waste from factories, domestic waste, mining, oil liquid. So conserve water to save life. Radioactive pollution. Pollution caused by radioactive substance. Causes of radioactive pollution: losing of nails, losing of hairs, cancer. So how we can reduce radioactive pollution? By saved by nuclear plant. Prevent leaking. Waste management. I love my planet. I help reduce pollution. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mr. Rachel J. I'm from grade 1E. Today I'm going to say about a water cycle. When the sun heats up the ocean, river and a lake, the water will change into a water vapor. That's called evaporation. When the water vapor goes up, it will start to cool down and turn into water drops. That's called condensation. When all the water drops go together, it will form a cloud. When the cloud can't hold any more water, it will burst open and start to rain. That's called precipitation. When it starts to rain, water will go into the ground and some water will go into the lake.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm going to show you the magnetic power. For that we need magnet, some irons and paper. Now I keep the magnet near the nail. Now nail is stuck on the magnet. Wow, one more time magnet. This nail also magnetic power. This also got magnetic power. This also go attractive. The magnet attracts the ions.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Kanishka Mistry. I am in first standard D. Today I will explain you my present over the topic solar energy. Global warming is continuing issue all over the world. It is one of the biggest problems world is currently facing to reduce this global warming. We have many innovative ideas, but one of such ideas is solar energy. Solar energy we get from the sun and converted into thermal or electric energy. Solar energy is a renewable energy because it will never end as long as the sun remains. Solar energy is also pollution free because there will be no pollution while producing the solar energy. We can use solar power in different ways, like with solar energy, we can run the water pump in the agriculture. We can use the electrical car, which is also with help of solar energy. Street light as well as in-house light also we can generating from solar energy. Solar has been a big blessing for village. So friends, go solar for bright tomorrow. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Varnit Mal and I am in first E. Today I am going to tell you about the topic solar system. Our solar system is a small part of universe. There is one sun and 8 planets. Do you know the name of the planet? Okay, let me tell you. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These are the 8 planets in the solar system. There are more than 500 solar systems in the universe. Each planet has properties and characteristics. Okay, let me tell you what is the solar system planets mean. Okay? First is sun. Sun is the big ball of fire. And the first is Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet and near to the sun. Venus. Venus is the hottest planet and brightest planet in the solar system, and it spins backwards and nobody knows why. Earth. Earth is the watery planet in the solar system and we live on the earth. Mars. Mars is red in color and it has 2 eyes, polar caps. Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system and has storms that should swallow the Earth twice. Saturn has rings around it and has 57 moons. Uranus is the first planet in the solar system and it is the coldest planet in the solar system and it is discovered by telescope. Neptune is the windy planet.
Respected teachers and my dear friends, I'm Aditya Jishnu from grade 2A. Today I'm going to tell about the solar system. The solar system has 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. This is Sun. It is the star. All planets revolve around the Sun. Sun gives us heat and light. This is Mercury. It is closest to Sun. It is the smallest planet. It is the second hottest planet. The year on its surface is 88 days. This is Venus, the hottest planet. It is the second planet from Sun, the brightest planet. This is Earth. We live on Earth. It is the third planet from Sun. It is the planet with organic life. This is Mars, the fourth planet from Sun. It is red in color. It has the biggest volcano called Olympus Mons. This is Jupiter, the biggest planet. It is the fifth planet from the Sun. It is covered with clouds. This is Saturn, the sixth planet from Sun. It is brown in color. The outer rings are thin and made of dust and icy chunks. This is Uranus. It is the seventh planet. It is blue in color. The coldest planet. It is named as the icy planet. This is Neptune. This is the eighth planet from Sun.
Good day everybody. Today I'll be giving you a short demonstration on how we experience day and night in the different parts of the world. Let's imagine this torch is the sun. It's pointing this side. The countries, including India, facing the sun, the people there will experience daytime, and while the people in the other side will experience nighttime. The earth keeps spinning. When the other side faces the sun, it will be India's turn to experience nighttime. All of this happens in one rotation, which is caused in 24 hours. In other words, one day. This is how
All the countries experience daytime and night. Today is the first day. We are going to see how seeds grow. First, we take the seeds and put them in the water. Today is the second day. So you can see it has sprouted. Then take them out and see. Now I'm going to put the seeds that sprouted on the wet straw. After a few days, it will grow better roots. Today is the fourth day. As you can see, the roots have grown bigger. You can see them clearly. I am going to place the seed that has grown roots and put them in the fertilized sand. Now I'm going to put water. I am going to keep it in the sunlight so it can get there. I will water it every day. After two days, let's see how it will grow. After 2 days, see our plant, it has grown bigger. After some days, it has grown bigger. See? The plant has grown bigger. Now after some more days, it will grow bigger plants and turn into a tree with fruits. This plant is a protein-rich plant. The photo shows about its benefits.
Hi everyone, I'm J. Stephen Matthew, studying in grade 2C. Today I'm going to show you the presence of air in the glass. Now we have seen the presence of air in the glass by the release of air bubbles. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Janeshi from grade 2B. Now I'm going to show the model of conserving water. The process of saving water is called conservation of water. To conserve water, rainwater harvesting used in buildings is increased in groundwater level. Next, I'm going to show the rainwater harvesting in my home. This is a rainwater collection tank. Next, the collection tank comes to the filtration tank. It's filled with stones and sand. Now this water is filtered. Next, the filtration tank comes to the collection tank. Now this water is saved for gardening, animal and car washing. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Mahadev of grade 2C. Today I'm going to show you an experiment with turmeric powder, detergent powder and vinegar. We need a glass of water to do this experiment. First, I'm adding turmeric into the plain water. Mix it well. As you can see, the turmeric water is yellow in color. Now I'm going to add detergent powder onto the turmeric water. Mix it. See, it turns into dark red color. Now let's add some vinegar and see what happens next. See, the turmeric water is again back to yellow. You know why this turmeric is changing its color? Because turmeric is an acid-base indicator. It contains a chemical called curcumin. When it reacts to bases like detergent or soap water, it turns into red color. This red color can be back to yellow color when it reacts to acids like vinegar or lemon juice. This is a very simple experiment. Try it in your home. Thank you.
My name is Amok Nidish, studying in grade 3C. Today, I am going to explain you about renewable energy. We obtain energy from two different sources, renewable and non-renewable sources. Today, we are discussing about renewable energy. Renewable energy refers to all those limitless energy sources present in nature, like the sun, the wind, the force of water, and inner heat of the earth. These are some examples of renewable energy sources. These energy sources are present in nature and are naturally replenished. That's why they never run out. These are some of the most well-known examples of renewable energy sources. Solar energy. Solar energy comes from the sun and reaches us through light and heat. For example, thanks to these solar panels, we can capture sunlight and energy and transform it into thermal energy and heat the water in houses. Eolic energy. It comes from the movement of wind or air. For example, these windmills transform the air into electric energy. Next, coming to tidal wave energy. Tidal wave energy comes from the movement of sea waves or wind tides change from high to low and vice versa. Next, coming to hydro energy. Hydro energy is produced by the water we store in reservoirs or artificial lakes. For example, look at this dam. Water flows from a high spot, then it flows through the hydroelectric factory where the force of water is transforming into electric energy. Now let's move on to geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is generated from the heat stored in the earth. This type of energy is used in heating of a house or generating electricity, for examples. Now let's look at some advantages of renewable energy. They are environmentally friendly because they don't emit CO2 or greenhouse effect gases. They are limitless because they are obtained natural resources that won't run out and replenish naturally. They are safer for our health because they don't produce toxic residues harmful for people. There is no doubt that renewable energy has many advantages, but there are disadvantages as well. Disadvantages. Renewable energy sources cannot be found everywhere. Countries with shorter daylight hours cannot produce as much as solar energy as other parts of the world. Obtaining renewable energy can be random or variable because it depends on the natural phenomena that we cannot always predict. For example, the amount of rainfall. To reach the energy objectives and take care of the environment, it is indispensable to accelerate the transition to renewable energies. Hello
Nanda Padmanabhan from grade 3B, and today I'm going to talk about water cycle. Water is the basic element in nature. It covers up to 70% of the surface on the earth. Water needs to be replenished, purified and circulated again and again to perform its functions. Nature does this job through a process called water cycle. Water cycle is the process in which water moves through the three phases, which is solid, liquid and gas, and forms a full cycle. Water cycle has many effects. It regulates the temperature in the surroundings, it changes the weather, creates rain, etc. So it is really important to understand the process in a water cycle. The main processes in a water cycle are evaporation, condensation, precipitation and collection. So first we will see what evaporation is. The sun heats up the water in rivers, lakes, seas, etc. and it becomes water vapor and rises up in the air. Also, the water absorbed by the plants from the soil becomes water vapor and releases into the air from the leaves. The water vapor, as a result of evaporation and transpiration, rises up in the air, cools down to form tiny drops of water. These tiny drops of water gather together to form clouds. This is called condensation. When the clouds become heavier, they hit each other, break and fall down as rain. This is called precipitation. And the rainwater flows back into rivers, lakes, seas, etc. This is called collection. And the water again evaporates and the above process repeats. This is called water cycle. Since the water cycle repeats in a cyclic manner, it is called a water cycle.
Good morning to you all. I'm Harni from class 3D. Today I'm going to do a science experiment with heat. Materials required is water, a lit candle and a balloon. Take a balloon, blow it up and show the candle. Boom! The balloon explodes. Why it explodes? Because the candle heat weakened the balloon and melted it. So it exploded. Now take another balloon, fill it halfway with water and show with the candle. Do you think it will explode and splash in the water everywhere? No. In fact, the candle's flame started touching the balloon, so it will not explode. The conclusion is heat transfer to the water without harming the balloon, so it will not explode. Thank you.
Good morning, friends. I am Atika Sudeep from grade 3C. Today I am going to show you an experiment. Here I have a bowl, a lighted candle and some colored water. Now I am going to pour the colored water into the bowl. After pouring the colored water, I am going to take this empty glass container and place it over the lighted candle. Let's watch what happens. The candle went out and the water level rised up. But there's a lot more to explain. First, the water level stayed the same. But when the
candle went out, the water level rised up. And there's also some condensation inside the glass container. Let us discuss. As you all know, we need oxygen to burn things, and this process produces heat. When the candle was burning, it took in oxygen from the air and released carbon dioxide and water vapor. The decreasing of oxygen and increasing of carbon dioxide caused the candle to go out. When the candle went out, the gases inside the glass cooled down. This made the pressure inside the glass less. Now, the pressure inside the glass is less compared to that outside the glass. So, it allowed the water to flow and rise up in the glass container. To conclude this experiment shows that we need oxygen to burn things, and that the difference of pressure inside the glass container allowed the water to rise up. Thank you.
Hello teachers and my dear friends. My name is Aiden Fernandez from 3B and I'm going to explain how a plant grows. The plant life starts with a seed. Inside every seed there is a baby plant in it, known as embryo. Next stage is germination, the first root growing downwards. There are tiny hairs on the roots which absorb the water and minerals from the soil. Next stage is seedling, growing towards the sunlight. Next, the plant is grown and matured. It has leaves, flowers, stem and roots. Now I am going to explain about plant. Flower is part of plant needed for reproduction. This is a flower bud which will grow into a flower. The leaf helps to make food for the plant. Stem, the main part of the shoot, and gives support to the plant. Roots grow under the soil. It stores food for the plant. Thank you. And I have explained about plant life and growth of plant.
Hello everyone, I am Aisha from grade 3D. Today I am going to do simple science experiment. Materials required: spoon, vinegar, water, glass, turmeric powder, washing powder. First, take a glass, pour water into the glass. And then add turmeric powder into the water. Mix well and mix well. Now it is yellow color. And then I add washing powder into the yellow water. And mix it well. the yellow water change into red water. Then take vinegar, put into red color water. Mix it well. It changed to yellow water. It is because turmeric contains tartaric acid while the washing powder contains sodium hydroxide base. Thank you.
My name is Mahi Dipesh Tarira. I am from 3B. Today I am going to tell you science experiment magical. First we need water, detergent powder and turmeric. First we should put turmeric in the water and mix it. The color changes to yellow. Then we should put detergent powder into the turmeric water. The color changes to red.
Good morning to one and all. My name is Minha from 3A. Today I am going to present a project on working model of the lungs. This straw is the windpipe and these two balloons are the lungs and this is the diaphragm. When we inhale, the lungs will be filled with air and the diaphragm will move down. When we exhale, the air will move out from the lungs and the diaphragm will be released to its normal position. And this is the process of breathing in our lungs. Thank you.
Good morning all. Today I am going to do one experiment, windmill experiment. We need things. One motor and one stick. One leaf. Two batteries. First I am taking the motor. Then I attach the leaf. The motor. Finish. Then I am taking the battery. We want to connect the wires. One positive. One negative. Done.
Hi friends, I'm Hamda Rashad from grade 4D. Today I'm going to do an experiment on density. For that we need oil, honey, colored water, cotton ball, plastic bottle cap, grapes and coin. So first we need to add some honey into the colored water. And now we need to add little oil. We can see that the honey settles at the bottom. Now I put the coin. We can see that the coin goes deep into the honey. Now I put the grapes. We can see that the grapes is between the honey and the water. Now I put the cap. We can see that the cap is in between the water and the oil. Now I am putting the cotton ball. We can see that it stays at the top. We can say that the object with high density goes down and object with low density goes up. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good morning everyone. My name is Karthikeya Verma from grade grade 4B. Today I am going to tell about soil erosion and how water has the ability to shape our land. But we don't want the water to shape our land too much because we use that soil for growing plants and animals use that plants for food. So in this experiment I got 3 bottles and I covered them with same soil. In the first one I have plain soil. In the second one I have leaves on top and on the third one I have plants growing on it. So will this be any different from this and will this be any different from this? To find out I will just take water and pour it into each one. So let's see. So you can see that this part is cloudy. Why is it cloudy? I think that the water had pushed this soil with it. So will this be any different from this? Let's see. So you can see that this is a bit less than this. I think that's because there were leaves, so that these had helped them from the soil from getting washed away. So will this be any different from this and will we even be able to see a difference? Let's see.
Hi, my name is Mikhail Tansen from grade 4A. Today I'm going to talk about magnets and magnetism. What are magnets? Magnets are metals that attract other metal towards them. They are called magnetic objects. Objects that are not attracted to magnets are called non-magnetic objects. For example, I will take this scissors which is made of metal. The magnet is attracted to it. This is a magnetic object. Another example, I will take this ruler. It is made of plastic. The magnet is not attracted to it, so it is a non-magnetic object. Now I will show you a cool experiment with magnets and iron filings. Iron filings are very small pieces of metal, almost like powder. If I put the iron filings on this white card and then move the magnet around underneath, you can see the iron filings moving around. Now I will try and show you the shape of the magnetic field. The magnet is below the card and I will put some iron filings slowly on the card. Now you can see the shape. The iron filings are making a special shape like waves. This shape is the shape of the magnetic field. This wavy shape shows the magnetic field.
I'm Muhammad from grade 4B. Here I have made a model of rainwater harvesting system. Here the rainwater is captured on the roofs of the houses. Then it moves to the filtration tank through pipes. This filtered water then moves to the underground wells. Here this water from the wells is used for people for their needs. Now I will show you the process. Now this water is reached to the filtration tank. Then it's now moved to the well.
Hello friends, I'm Nimichalam from grade 4C, and today I'm going to show you a simple experiment which is simple because all the ingredients you need are easily found in the kitchen. The ingredients you will need are baking soda, vinegar, food coloring and a little dishwashing soap. So first we take vinegar. Half the cup or more, a little more is enough. Then we take a little food coloring. This is your wish, but just take a little. Don't take too much. That should be enough. Then we take a little dish soap. Mix it a little. Then we take the baking soda. Watch it explode. This is very interesting, right? Let me explain the science behind it. In this experiment, baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate, which is an alkali, reacts with vinegar, which is acetic acid, forms carbon dioxide, which is usually seen in the form of bubbles. But here, because of the presence of dishwashing soap, the bubbles turn into a thick foam which looks a little like lava. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. I am Ras Al Khaimah from grade 4A. Today I am going to show a still model on rainwater harvesting. As you know, water is a precious natural resource of Earth. Even though 2/3 of Earth is covered with water, there is an acute shortage of clean water. All living things need water for their survival. In this still model, this is the collective unit, this is the filtering unit, and this is the storing unit. In this collecting unit, the rainwater falls and goes to the filtering unit. The filtering unit then removes the dirt and goes to the storing unit, in which people take and use it for many activities like cooking or drinking, etc. This rainwater harvesting can be done in every houses and can be used to household purposes. In places like Kerala where there are floods in rainy season, this can be done in a large scale. So we can save water and avoid scarcity during summer. Thank you.
Hi friends, my name is Vedika. I am studying in 4th standard. Today I am here to discuss with my science project which is about pollution. I know you all know about pollution, but still I would like to add few words about pollution. Pollution is the introduction of harmful materials into the environment. These harmful materials are called pollutants. Pollution can be in two ways: natural and human activities. Natural way is volcanoes, and human activities are cutting down trees, mining activities, building factories, and driving vehicles, which releases a harmful gas. There are many ways by which we can prevent pollution, but I suggest four words by which we can prevent pollution. First, avoid deforestation. We can plant a tree where we can. We can go paperless in home and offices. We can buy certified products, good products. Use of electricity cars. In this ways, we can prevent harmful gas that releases into the air that pollute the air. Solar panel. By using solar panels, we are able to reduce the emission released in the air by reducing dependence of fossil fuels. Fifth one, stop burning. Burning prohibited metals like garbage, plastic, these release toxic chemicals that pollute the air. It's not fifth one, it's actually the fourth one.
Good morning. My name is Arshi Garg and I am from Scholars Indian School, grade 5A. Today I am going to present a model on food chain. Food chain shows how nutrients and energy moves from one organism to another. The arrows represent the direction of the flow of nutrients from one living thing to another. All food chain starts with a plant. Plants are called producers as they make their own food. They use sunlight as a source of energy to make their own food. So here, grass is a producer. The grass is eaten by the grasshopper. All living things that eat or consume other living things are called consumers. For example, herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. They cannot make their own food, so they eat other living things. Grasshopper here is a primary consumer. All herbivores are primary consumers. The grasshopper is then eaten by the frog. The frog is the secondary consumer. All carnivores are called the secondary consumers. Omnivores are both primary consumers and secondary consumers. The frog is then eaten by the snake. The snake is called the tertiary consumer. The snake is then eaten by the hawk. The hawk is the tertiary consumer. After this hawk dies, it decomposes. A group of consumers that break down dead remains of plants and animals are called decomposers. The broken down material becomes nutrients and is used by plants to make their food. So here, fungi is a decomposer. This process is called a food chain.
I am Advida from 5B. Today I am going to show you some experiment related to surface tension. Do not open. Take a plastic bottle, small bottle, and some pins. And take 4 pins and stab on the bottle. Then take the tin. The water does not rip out as surface tension for the water. But if we open the tap of the bottle, the air pressure of the top makes the water drip. Milk rainbow. I have placed some milk 2 food color red and green, a bird, one bird and a soap. Drop some milk on the plate. And add some food color. Take the bud and dip it on the soap and put it in the middle of the food color. The milk molecules move around the color, making the color spread and giving rainbow-like effect.
Everyone, my name is Afan and I am from grade 5A. Today I am going to share you a few ideas about pollution control. Now let us recall the 4 types of pollutions: air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, and soil pollution. Now let us first move on with air pollution. Some ideas to control air pollution are: reduce the number of trips in your vehicle, do not burn your garbage, and lastly, limit backyard fire in your city. Now let's move on with water pollution. Some ideas to control water pollution are: do not dispose oils in the sink, dispose toxic chemicals properly, and lastly, use less plastic. Now let's move on with noise pollution. Some ideas to control noise pollution are: stay away from a noisy area, control noise level in a sensitive area, and lastly, lower the volume. Let's move on with soil pollution. Some ideas to control soil pollution are: reduce use of chemical fertilizers, recycle and reuse products, and get locals involved. Before I end this video, I want to say to all of my lovely friends that we should care of the environment, we should make it clean to our mother nature.
Hi friends, I am Ajay from 5D. Today I am here with an interesting experiment, the dancing snake, of the concept of heat transfer by convection method. For this experiment, we need an A4 size sheet, a stick holder to the support of a cardboard, a pencil, scissors, candle, and a box of matchsticks. Let's begin the experiment. Firstly, I am going to draw a spiral shape in the paper. Like this, and cut it through the lines. I have already cut one spiral shape. It should be looking like this. And this is gonna be our snake, and I'm gonna attach this to the stick. Now I am gonna light the candle off. Oh friends, see the magic. The paper snake is dancing. Friends, do you know why it is dancing? It is dancing because convection process occur here. If we want to know about how it's dancing, we have to know about what is convection. Convection means the process of heat transfer from one part of a fluid to another part by the actual movement of the particles of the fluid. Liquid and gases are heated by the process of convection. When I lighted up the candle, the air above the candle rises up because the warm air is lighter than the cool air. As the warm air rises up and the cool air comes down, it pushes this paper snake, and this leads to the movement of the paper snake.
Hi friends, I am Alfred Sabu from 5D. Today I am here to show you all the reaction between vinegar and baking soda. For this experiment, we require vinegar, baking soda, a balloon, a plastic bottle and a funnel. First step, we pour vinegar into the plastic bottle. Second step, we put baking soda into the balloon using a funnel. Third step, we put the balloon on top of the bottle. Last step, we put the baking soda into the bottle of vinegar. The balloon is filled with carbon dioxide because of the reaction.
Hello, I'm Ashwina Parnat from grade 5. The experiment I have displayed is the Newton's disk. It is also called the disappearing color disk. The Newton's disk is a disk with different segments of different colors, usually Newton's primary colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. The Newton's disk was named after Sir Isaac Newton, as he demonstrated that a white light is a combination of 7 different colors. Let us see how it works. The principle behind the Newton's disk is the persistence of vision. It means that an object seen by the human eyes only remains for 1/16th of a second. Let's check. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Avishi from 5A. Today I will tell you about static charge. Now, what is static charge? Static charge is when two hard surfaces rub against each other and generate electricity. Now, for example, if I rub my feet very hard against the ground and then touch something, it will give me an electric shock. Why is that so? I will tell about it with a very recent experience of mine on Just a Bale. But I will use this very special figure that I designed myself named Somya. So, Somya went to Just a Bale and she walked so much that she got very tired. But in tiredness, she was rubbing her feet against the ground and she went on the highest mountain deck. The view was so beautiful, she wanted to make herself comfortable. But as she put her hands on the metal railing, it caused her an electric spark. This is how it looks like. This is Somya. This is the metal bar. She touched it and it caused an electric spark. You really cannot see an electric spark, but then you can feel it. I have shown this to show you how it looks like.
Hi friends, my name is Karna. I'm studying in 5A. The other day, when we were shopping for the science exhibition, a science kit grabbed my attention. contained two magnifying glasses with different sizes. And I observed that a sharp image is formed when these lenses are kept at different depths. Then I took one of them and I just felt the lens. I observed that the edges are thin and the middle part is thick. These kind of lenses are known as convex lens. When light passes through the lens, it gets converged on a point called the focus or focal point. That is why the convex lenses are also known as converging lens. The distance between the lens and the focal point is known as focal length. Let us understand this better with our experiment. The apparatus of this experiment are lens, lens holder, screen, optical bench and a tape to measure the distance. These are the things which I made with the things I got hold of. Let us fix lens to lens holder. Now we are having a far away object over there. And now I am going to form an image of the object on the screen. For this, I am moving the lens towards the screen until I get the image. And yes, we have formed the sharp image of the object. We can see that the image is smaller than the object and is inverted. Now, let us measure the distance between the lens and the screen. It is approximately 30 centimeters. Let us do the same thing with the other lens. Yes, these are the same results but at a different length. Now let us measure the length between the screen and this lens. Now, this is approximately 36 and a half centimeters. With this, we understand that the bigger the lens, the more the focal length. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Junaid from 5C Scholars Indian School. I am here to discuss about the light pollution. Most of us are familiar with air, water and land pollution. But did you know that light can also be a pollutant? On 19th century, the first light bulb was discovered. It marked a revolution. It's great, but more than 83% of world's population has no longer experiences the dark skies. Here you can see the sky differentiates where the inner city sky is highly polluted, whereas the rural sky has excellent dark sky. Now we can see about the effects of the night pollution. Do you know that light pollution leads to air pollution? Yes, there is a naturally occurring radical called nitrate radical, which cleans the air at night time in our atmosphere. This process takes place only at night because sunlight destroys nitrate radical. Light pollution also affects wildlife. For examples, the mammals, amphibians, insects, birds and reptiles find difficulty in searching food and they get easily exposed to predators. Light pollution also interferes with the migration and navigation of birds. The sea turtle nests their eggs in unsafe areas. All their factors lead to decrease in population of wildlife. Now let me explain about the effects in coral reef. The nature of coral reef is that moonlight governs their physiology, behavior and reproduction. When the artificial light mimics the moonlight, it cannot detect the moonlight and fail to reproduce. Human beings are not alone exception to light pollution. We are evolved to function according to the biological clock called circadian rhythm. This light pollution disrupts the rhythm and results in many health issues as follows: sleep disorder, anxiety, headaches, fatigue and breast cancer. Light pollution also results in energy waste. A wasted energy is enough to eliminate 11 million homes and power over 7,77,000 cars. We have seen the issues caused by light pollution. Now let us see the solution for this. By replacing lights with dimmer color light. By using dimmer light and shielding the light properly. By gazing at the sky, we must realize that we are not alone exist in ourselves. We are not the only alone planet. Other things in the universe do exist. So let us put the light on the ground where alone we need it and protect our planet. Let us save the dark together. Thank you for your attention.
Hi guys, my name is P. Mohammed and I am from 5D. Today I am going to do an experiment. For the experiment we need a cornflour and we should mix it with the water. For the mixing, after 1 minute it will be like this. If we punch that, nothing will stick here. So it is very very sticky. If you put our hands, it will go inside. This is why this happens. The cornflour and the water mixed acts like both like a solid and a liquid. Cornflour and the water is a suspension mixed with a solid dispersed into a liquid. When you press the mixture quickly, the flow molecules close together. This causes the water gets trapped between the flow chains and create a semi-grade structure. Thank you.
Good morning. Myself, Rishi Arun Prajapati from grade 5D. Today I am here with a science experiment. The name of this experiment is balloon rocket. The materials required for this experiment is a piece of cut straw, a ribbon or a thread, a clip, it's not that necessary, a balloon, the main thing, sellotape and scissors. So first you need to take the cut piece of the straw and insert it just like this. The straw should be able to move around the ribbon. So first I'm going to demonstrate the project and then I'll explain how it works. So over here I have the same thing but a longer version. I've connected the thread to one chair and the other chair. As you can see, the straw in the middle, just as I showed. So now you should take your balloon and blow it. This is okay. Then you should take the clip and then you should stop the air from coming out of the balloon. Yeah, just after you have clipped the balloon, you can keep it inside and then you should cut 2 pieces of tape. You can use any tape. So once you've cut 2 pieces of tape, you should take the straw, place your balloon right under the straw like this, then take 1 piece of straw and you should stick the balloon to the straw with tape or with glue. I prefer using tape. And then you should just make it a bit tight so that the balloon doesn't fall off. Make sure the balloon doesn't fall. Then you should just remove the clip. As you see, the balloon went from here to all the way here. Now let me explain how that worked. According to Newton's third law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Therefore, the gas was released from the balloon, and the gas pushed against the outside air and the outside air pushed back. As a result, this propelled the balloon to go forward by the opposing force. The opposing force is thrust, and that's how the balloon went from one place to the other.
Good morning. My name is Sia Vasan Kumar from grade 5A. Today, I am going to do an experiment with lungs. The red color balloon indicates healthy lung, whereas the black color balloon indicates lungs infected by tobacco. Lung is an important organ for breathing. Watch the lung capacity of both the lung in the experiment. As you saw, the healthy lung has higher air intake capacity than lungs affected by tobacco. Thank you.
Hello my dear friends and teachers, my name is Vrad Bhavsar. I am from Scholars Indian School 5D. Today I am going to share one of my thoughts for protecting our environment by reducing the use of plastic cans, and I have an idea to use any milk container rather than using milk plastic cans. And we buy milk every day in different sizes like 200 ml, 500 ml, 1 liter, and we throw that plastic bins in garbage. That means we are using so many plastic bins in our daily life. So I decided to refill milk by taking our container from our house and refill it in malls and shops. This will reduce the use of plastic cans. For implementing this idea in malls and shops, a big steel tanker or a big vessel is needed. A vending or a milk dispenser is also needed to be installed. Here I have a milk dispenser in which the first button shows 500 ml, which is 2.5 AD. The second button shows 1000 ml, which is 5 AD. The third button shows 1 gallon, which is 19.5 AD. And we also need a vessel rather than plastic to refill the milk. And for payment, there are two options. You can pay by cash or card. I hope this little idea will save some plastic on earth for a better environment. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here. Today I am going to conduct an experiment. Did you know that you could easily make a battery at home? Yes, you can do this by using lemons. Lemons are sour and carry out a lot of citric acid. Of course, they cannot power your refrigerator or a toy car, but they contain enough energy to power a small LED light and make it light up a bit. This experiment is not hard at all, but you need a few things to conduct this experiment. We need 3 lemons, 3 copper sticks, 3 zinc strips, and a low voltage digital watch. So let us start. Roll and squeeze the lemons a little bit by hand to release the juice inside. In each lemon, insert 1 zinc and 1 copper strip. zinc and copper strip in lemon as shown. As you can see, the clock is working. Because zinc loses electrons more readily than copper, zinc is the negative terminal and copper is the positive electron. Batteries are made of two different types of metal suspended in an acidic solution. In this experiment, copper and zinc are the two metals and the lemon juice is the acidic solution. When the battery is connected with the watch, the circuit is completed. Electrons flow from the zinc through watch to the copper and it started working. We can also do this experiment with salt solution as ions are produced when salt is mixed with water. This is called as the brine solution. Just see to this. I took 4 tumblers. Okay. I joined these for my convenience. Now I will attach one zinc and one copper strip in them like this. Here I would attach only one zinc strip and again one copper and zinc strip. Now at the last I would insert only one copper strip. Now I will connect the wires. Now I will pour some brine solution. See, the watch started working again. So friends, I think today we learned a use of simple circuit that can be observed in our daily life. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Fatima Sarah and I'm from 6A. Today I'm going to be showing you my science exhibition experiment. So this is my experiment, it's a volcano. So this is a working model actually. If we put this magic powder that is inside here, inside of the volcano, it will erupt. So let's get started. We're going to put little by little of this and it's going to erupt. Whoa.
everyone. Space pollution or space junk are a topic that we haven't heard of much. But space junk isn't just a fiction. It's a huge problem facing by every faring nation around the Earth. Today we have thousands and thousands of objects orbiting around the near frictionless environment of the cold vacuum of the space. Human-generated objects such as the pieces of spacecraft, pieces of rockets, and unmanned satellites are examples of the space junk. What we have to do is just clean it up. Here in my model of space cleanup satellite is the program to spot the space junk and calculates its position and size, and it will extend its hand and catch the junk and dispatches the satellite and moves towards the sun, and the heat of the sun can be used to evaporize the metals to space. This is my Earth and this is the space junk orbit. This is my satellite which is used to catch the space junk, and this is my sun. Thank you.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Nikhalan. I am from grade 6A. Today I am going to talk about how does kidney work in our body. Kidney is one of a pair of organs in the abdomen. Our kidneys play many important roles, keeping our bodies in balance. They remove waste and toxins, excess protein from the body steam which is carried out of the body in urine. Functions of the kidneys are remove waste products from the body, remove drugs from the body, balance the body's fluids, release hormones that regulate blood pressure, produce an active form of vitamin B that promotes strong and healthy bonds, control the production of red blood cells. So now I am going to show how urine comes out of the body. Here we have right kidney and left kidney. So urine passes through from kidneys to ureter and from ureter to urinary bladder and come out of the body by urethra. So in this way our body removes waste from our body.
Hello to all ladies and gentlemen. I'm Santosh Srinivas from class 6C and I'm here to explain rainwater harvesting as a method of conservation of water with the help of this still model made by me. Rainwater harvesting is the collection and storage of rainwater rather than allowing it to run out. Rainwater is collected from a roof-like surface attached to a pipe close to the ending of the roof and redirected to a tank, cistern, deep pit, well, shaft or a borehole, aquifer or a reservoir with percolation that it seeps down and restores groundwater. The harvested water can also be commuted to long-term storage or groundwater recharge. Rainwater harvesting is one of the simplest and oldest methods of self-supply of water for households, having been used in South Asia and other countries for many thousands of years. Installations can be designed for different scales including households, neighborhoods and communities, and can also be designed to serve institutes such as schools, hospitals and other public facilities. Rainwater harvesting provides an independent water supply during regional water restrictions, and in developed countries it is often used to supplement the main supply. It provides water when a drought occurs. Rainwater harvesting differs from stormwater harvesting as a runoff is typically collected from roofs and other surfaces for storage and subsequent reuse. It is used to include watering gardens, livestock irrigation, domestic use with proper treatment and domestic heating. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Sidiksha Smridhi. I'm in class 6C. Today I'll be performing an activity related to chemistry. Here I have citric acid, baking soda, a funnel, a test tube, 10 milliliters of water, a spoon, and a balloon. Now what I'm trying to prove is that when citric acid and baking soda are mixed together in a container, then carbon dioxide is formed. Now look, what will happen when I add the water is that this will start producing carbon dioxide and it will just start fizzing up, and because carbon dioxide is heavier than air, it will displace the air in the test tube and the displaced air will get pushed up into the balloon. Now let's see that in action. As you can see, I've already added baking soda and citric acid before because it takes a lot of time and I didn't want to waste any of that. Let's start. As you can see, I've already added baking soda and citric acid before because it takes a lot of time and I didn't want to waste any of that. Let's start. As you can see, it's blown up a little bit. So yeah, this was the activity.
Hi, my name is Archa Parnat and I'm from grade 7A. Today I'm going to be showing you some tricks. For these tricks, I'm going to rub a rod with a piece of cloth. I'm going to hold this rod next to this can. We can see that the can moves along with the rod. For the next trick, I'm going to hold this rod next to this piece of paper. We can see that the paper moves along with the movement of the rod. Next, I'm going to take this balloon and rub it on my hair. We can see that the balloon is attracted towards the hair. The reason behind all of these tricks is static electricity. Static electricity is a common example of an electric current. It is formed when two objects are rubbed continuously against each other and causes friction. Static electricity is a result of the improper balance between the positive and negative charges in an object. This is known as an electroscope. It is an older scientific instrument used for detecting the presence of static electricity.
Hi everyone, this is me Disha Anish from grade 7A. Today I'm going to be doing an experiment based on the title of osmosis in plants. The experiment I'm going to be doing today is very small and easy with a potato. So this experiment explains about the osmosis function that takes place in a plant. So what is osmosis? And osmosis is a root hairs of a root which absorbs the water and minerals from the soil is called osmosis. So let's see the materials we need for this experiment. So we need some water, sugar solution, pins, a potato, knife and a dish. So we'll take the potato and cut both ends of a potato. So now we'll take a knife and a potato and make a hollow inside the potato. Now we've made a deep hollow inside, and also make sure that your bottom is thin so that the water will go in. So now place the potato in a dish and pour the water in a dish. Sugar solution inside the potato halfway. And mark it. So now we'll wait for 2 hours and see what changes have occurred here. After 2 hours, you can see a little changes in the potatoes. So as you can see that the water inside the potato has increased. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take another pin and mark the water level, which is right now. So now you can see the difference between the first pin, the red color, and the second pin, the green color. So now we have absorbed something in this. So what have we absorbed? We have absorbed that the water in a dish has decreased and the water inside the potato has increased. Therefore, the water in the dish contains lower concentration than the water inside the potato, which has dissolved sugar in it. Therefore, the water gets inside the potato. Similarly, the water molecules of the soil move from the soil, which contains more water, to the roots of the plants, which contains less water.
Hello friends, my name is Muhammad Umair from grade 7 Scholar Senior School. I am here to show you an experiment about the conduction of heat in metals. So for this experiment, we need a base stand, a wire connected to it, a candle and 3 pins connected with the help of wax. After doing this experiment, we will get to know that metal is a very good conductor of heat and heat can easily pass through the metal. So I am going to light up this candle so the heat can pass through this wire. So the wax could melt and the pins will fall down. Friends, now I have lit up the candle. Now slowly the candle will transfer the heat in the wire, through which the wax over here will melt, leading to the fall of these pins. So let's see how will it melt. See guys, the spins are falling down. Pin has also fallen down because of the heat of this candle. Now blue one remains. Now this has also fallen. So guys, we can see how all the 3 pins have successfully fallen down. That's why the wire is now fully hot. So now we can conclude from this experiment that metal is a very good conductor of heat and heat can easily pass through metal. Thank you and have a great
Good morning.
My name is Nilantana.
And my name is Vaiga.
From grade 7A.
We are going to talk about the model that we made, hydroponic farming model.
Hydroponic is the cultivation of plants without using soil. Hydroponic flowers, herbs and vegetables are planted in inert growing media and are richly supplied with nutrient-rich solutions, oxygen and water.
This system fosters rapid growth, stronger yields and superior quality. When a plant is grown in a soil, its roots are perpetually searching for the necessary nutrients to support the plants.
If a plant's root system is directly exposed to the water and nutrition, the plant does not have to exert any energy to sustain itself.
Nutrients obtained by the roots are expended occurring the food and water, which can be redirected into the food's maturation. As a result, the leaf's growth flourishes, as does the blooming of fruits and flowers.
In this hydroponic farming model, the water is pumped from the water pump and goes through these tubes to the plants, where the plants are richly supplied with water and nutrition. The cycle then repeats. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rosemary Dixon of grade 7A. Today we are going to learn about the Newton's cradle. We all know about the law of gravity that was first described by Newton. Another law that he came up with is that energy can be transferred from one thing to another thing. To show this, he made the Newton's cradle. This is a model of the Newton's cradle that I made. To make this model, I used popsicle sticks, glass marbles, strings, and a hot glue gun. Now let us learn about the working of the Newton's cradle. When I lift the ball, it can do something it couldn't do before. It can fall. This is known as potential energy. The ball has the potential to fall. When I let the ball fall, the moving energy is changed into kinetic energy. The energy transfers from this ball to this ball to this ball until it reaches the end. Eventually, the ball stops moving. Hence, the energy is not changed. It is converted into sound and heat energy. When I lift one ball comes out the other side. When I lift 2 balls, how many do you think comes out the other side? 2. What if I lift 3 balls? 3 balls comes out the other side. If I lift 4 balls, 4 balls comes out on the other side, and so on. For every action, there's always an equal and opposite reaction. From the Newton's cradle, we learn that energy can be transferred from one thing to another thing, but energy can also be conserved along a chain. Thank you and have a nice day.
Welcome everyone who's watching the video. My name is Taskia and I'm from 7A. Today I'm going to share all of you the future of U.A.E in transportation. Before I start, let me show you a model that I have made. These two are Dubai skypods that are currently moving in opposite directions, and these two are the stations where people can sit, rest, and wait for the turn. Very curious? Let me explain it for you. The route of Dubai Skypod transport system has been revealed by Roads and Transport Authority (RTA). It will also cover other locations like Burj Khalifa, Dubai International Financial Center, Bay Avenue, Marisa Drive, across Sheikh Zayed Road towards Al Wasl District, City Walk, and Coca-Cola Arena. The system will have the capacity to transit 8,400 riders per hour in each direction. The Skypod will cover a 50-kilometer route. The RTA confirmed last month a deal had been struck with Beam Car, a company that specializes in urban transport to create pods. The skypods occupy considerably less area than modes of transportation of the same capacity and use 5 times less power than electrical vehicles. Dubai is aiming to convert 25% of total journeys in the city into auto journeys in various transit means by 2030.
Respiration is a life process. Lungs, which are spongy air-filled organs located inside the chest cavity, helps us breathe and respire. An average human breathes about 23,000 times a day. So do you know that the lungs work on the basic principle of air pressure? Yes. Diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle which is located below the lungs, plays an important role in this whole process. During inhalation, the diaphragm contracts. As a result, a partial vacuum is created inside the chest cavity. So, as fluids move from area of high pressure to area of low pressure, the air outside, that is oxygen, is sucked inside our lungs. And during exhalation, the diaphragm relaxes and comes back to its original shape. So, the air pressure inside the chest cavity increases, and the carbon dioxide, which is a product of respiration, is sent out of our body. We can understand this better using a simple experiment. Here, the straw plays the role of the trachea, the balloons play the role of the lungs, the bottle represents the chest cavity, and this plastic bag as diaphragm. So we can see when the diaphragm contracts, the balloons are not inflated because air pressure inside the chest cavity is decreased. When the diaphragm expands, because of the low pressure created, the air outside is sucked in. This process continues every day till a person dies.
Today I am here to present a working model of an air cooler. So I have used a jar, a propeller, a switch, a 9-volt battery, some wires to connect them all. I have made some holes on the cap to allow air to flow in and a big hole here to allow the air to flow out. So now I'm going to be turning on the switch to check if the propeller works. And you can see the propeller is working. Now let's insert some ice cubes and check if the cool air comes. Now let's on the switch and check if cool air comes out. So now you can see as we insert ice, you can see cool air comes out. Guys, now you can see we have got a working model of an air cooler.
Hello everyone, I'm George Jam from grade 8. Today I'm here to present a video on infinity mirror. An infinity mirror is a configuration of 2 or more parallel mirrors creating a series of smaller and smaller reflections that appear to recede to infinity. Now, just have a look at the infinity mirror I made with locally available materials. These are 2 mirrors which are fixed almost parallel to each other. A candle is placed in between them. Can you see the images formed? The 3D illusion mirror is produced when there are 2 parallel reflective surfaces which can bounce a beam of light back and forth infinite number of times. Only theoretically it is infinite. Practically, it continues only as long as the resolution of the picture allows. Now, let's have a look on the process of making the illusion mirror. I have made the base of the infinity mirror using the PVC pipe. The mirrors are fixed at 90 degrees to the base and is parallel to each other. We have to take the candle and place right at the center between the mirrors. Now we have to light the candles. But before lighting the candles, we should turn off the light. Now we are gonna light the candle. Now, as you can see, infinity images are formed.
of grade 8A and I am going to present you a chemical reaction. So for this we need vinegar, baking soda which is a bicarbonate of soda and an empty bottle and also a balloon. So first we should fill the balloon with baking soda which I have already done. We should fill about 2 teaspoons of it and then we should pure vinegar about 1/3 of the empty bottle. Let's do that.
going to stretch the balloon on the top of the bottle. Let's see what happens when we lift it. You can see that the balloon rises up. It's due to the because baking soda, which is a base, and vinegar, which is an acetic acid, it leads to the formation of carbon dioxide and salt. So we can see the salt is present here, and the carbon dioxide, it causes the balloon to rise up. So therefore we can state that the equation acid plus base gives carbon dioxide plus salt.
Hi everyone, my name is Lakshmi Manoj and I am from grade 8B. So today I am going to show you what will happen to turmeric in the presence of an acid or base. So the materials needed for the experiment are plain white paper, water, turmeric powder, detergent, a piece of cloth and buds. Now we have to take 1 glass of water and add 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder to it and mix it well. Now we have to take a piece of white cloth and dip it in the turmeric solution. Then rub it all over the white paper as shown. Now take another glass of water and add some detergent to it. Now we have prepared a basic solution. Now take a bud and dip it in the detergent solution. Then rub it in the paper. So here we will observe that the color of the paper changes from yellow to red. Here detergent is a basic solution and turmeric is used as a natural indicator. In the presence of a base, the turmeric would change to red. This is why the paper's color changed from yellow to red. Now we have to take a glass of vinegar. This is an acidic solution. Take another bud and dip it in the vinegar. Then rub it in the paper. So here we will observe that the color of the paper does not change. This is because the vinegar is an acidic solution. The color of the turmeric does not change in the presence of an acid, so the color of the paper also will not change. So in conclusion, we have seen how the color of the turmeric would change in the presence of an acid and a base.
Hello everyone, my name is Therese Joseph and I am from 8B. Today I am going to show you how an amphibious house is useful during floods. This house floods when the land is flooded. An amphibious house sits on the ground when the conditions are dry, but floats and rises up its dock when the land is flooded. Built on a concrete base, this house is durable and long-lasting. This provides a long-term solution for flood protection. This kind of houses are found on the banks of River Thames in the UK. So with the help of this model, you will be able to see how this works. So, as you can see, this house is built based on the fundamental law of flotation. That is, if an object is lighter than the liquid it displaces, then it will float. Also, weight depends on the density of a material. The lesser the density, the lighter the object. The amphibious structure rests on Earth but is designed to rise during a flood through a flotation mechanism underneath the house. It will stay afloat at one spot, supported chiefly by floodwater. Thank you.
I am Alvin Pandam Biju of 9C. Really, what is science? When we talk about science, it is really not about doing experiments or trying to prove something, but in reality, it is a chance to experience every single aspect to its glory. It's so weird that a chemical nature of a substance is really different from its physical nature. The chemical nature of a substance are of two types, acid and base. A substance, to know whether it is acidic or basic in its chemical nature, is solved with the help of indicators. Indicators are of two types, but when we come across natural indicators, there are of only few examples, and we can make them in our homes itself, like the beetroot indicator, turmeric indicator, red onion indicator, and wish indicator that I use for this experiment, which is the China rose indicator. To conclude with our objective, I would like to do an experiment with the following samples, like the soap solution, shampoo, lemon, NaCl or salt solution, vinegar, in this case I have taken apple cider vinegar, baking soda. An indicator, I have used China rose indicator or commonly known as hibiscus indicator. It can be obtained or made by boiling the petals of the flower to around 10 to 20 minutes. Now let's take the percept and pour down around 2 to 3 drops of the indicator. Now, I'll be taking some toothpicks to just mix the samples with the indicator. This is the after results of mixing the samples with the indicator. The baking soda has turned to green, the vinegar, which was yellow, has turned to slightly red, NaCl solution has been slightly pink, the soap solution has had the side effect of a green color, the same goes for the shampoo, and the lemon has been turned to red. Now to conclude, when we consider before and after the China solution test, we see that the baking soda, which was white, changed into green due to the presence of the China rose flower solution, and the vinegar has changed slightly into a magenta color, and the NaCl has the same color as hibiscus solution. The soap solution and the shampoo have slightly the understanding of a green color, and the lemon has changed into a magenta color. This indicates that the vinegar and lemon are acids. And it can be also seen that soap solution, shampoo and baking soda has slightly the understanding of the green color, therefore it stands as the base. Now, why does an NaCl or salt solution show green or magenta color? Or is it acid or base? It is really none. It is neither an acid nor a base. China rose is an olfactory indicator. That means it is an indicator which helps us to identify a substance is acidic or basic by the sense of smelling. It is due to the chemical anthocyanin present in China roses which help in the distinction of acids and bases.
Hello everyone, I'm Aaron Rajan of 9A, and on behalf of Science Digital Exhibition, I'm going to be making a lava lamp. So what we need is oil, vinegar, baking soda, food coloring and a jar. So let's get started. First we'll take the jar and add some baking soda. Next we'll be filling the jar with oil. Next, we'll be pouring vinegar into a jar and mix it with food coloring. Now we'll add the vinegar into our jar. As you can see, we get the lava lamp.
The two substances are in harmony, that is, they have different density. One of them always sinks to the bottom. They are immiscible, which basically means unmixable. One of them is a water-based compound and the other one is a waxy compound. Here I used oil and vinegar and they can never mix into each other completely. Now you can see that some blobs are moving up and down, right? This is because of the light that we supplied under the jar. The heat energy from the light causes the blobs to rise. And as they move farther away from the light, they start cooling down and they come back down to the jar again. And this cycle keeps repeating.
Good morning to all of our present here. I am Sasikaran from class 9C. Today I am going to present a project on the Heron's fountain. This is a still model of Heron's fountain. So, who's Heron? Heron was a Greek scientist living in 3000 BCE. He made a fountain in which it was non-stop, but it was not. The water flew perpetual times. So how did that work? So the first layer, the water drops to the biggest second layer, and then the third layer, and then the tube at the bottom. With the help of the air pressure, it connects the first layer and the third layer. So the water gets uplifted by the air pressure to the first layer. That's what happened in the Heron's fountain. But here it's quite different. So, as I fill water in the top, it gets filled in the bottom of the bottle. As this bottle gets filled up, I just put it upside down and the second one gets filled up. Later, as the second one gets filled up, there will be less water on the bottom of the third bottle. So, the air pressure is completely balanced over here, and the gravitation is not elevated over here. So the water starts to flow through the upper part of the straw, and then the fountain is formed. So we may think that it's non-stop, but both Heron's fountain and my still model has some problems, because if it's non-stop, it will violate the thermodynamics. So we have to restart both of them at a certain point of time. Though they can, for many perpetual times, they can flow the water. So this project helps in conserving the water, because once you pour the water, you use the same water many perpetual times. Then it can provide free energy if it's non-stop. So we need some solution for it before the non-stop fountain. So this is my project, just simply made out of air pressure and water weight.
Hey guys, myself Suryadev. I'm from
grade 9B. Today, I am here to show you the applications of 3 laws of motion in our daily life along with some experiments. So let's get into the video. For the first law of motion, the first law of motion states that an object tends to remain at rest or at uniform motion unless an external unbalanced force is applied on it. To demonstrate that, I have taken 3 objects over here: a glass, a coin, and a card. So now I'm going to place the card on top of the glass and the coin on top of the card. Now I'm going to apply an external unbalanced force, which will be me flicking the card. Let's see what change occurs. As you can see here, I flicked the card away and the card moved away. That is now it's in motion, but the coin fell inside the glass. Now I'm going to explain each of them why. The card, which was in stationary position, that was at rest, moved because I applied an external unbalanced force, which is what I flicked away. So now the object at rest is now at motion, respect to the first law. Now why did the coin fall down inside the glass? This is due to inertia of rest. Inertia of rest simply means that the tendency of an object to stay at rest unless external unbalanced force is applied on it. But listen, why did the coin not go along with the card? Simply because I only applied the force on the card itself. And the coin was, though it was on top of the card, the motion will only act on the card. But this coin, which is at rest, fell down vertically due to gravity. Now for the second law of motion. When you are into a shopping mall, you may have used a shopping cart. At the beginning, when you pull it or push it, you find it easier to move it around, as the mass is very less, and you need to apply less force to move it around, and you also cover maximum distance as you can. But later on, when you start filling it up with things, you tend to exert more force, and the mass of the cart will also increase, and you cover less distance. This is simply because of the second law of motion. The second law states that the force applied on an object is a product of its mass and its acceleration. The acceleration depends upon 2 factors: the total net force applied on the object and the mass of the object. To demonstrate that, I have created this setup. You will need a heavy ball, a light ball, a ramp, and an object. I'm gonna send each of these balls from this side to the other one. Let's see what effect it does on this object over here. That's what happened to the first ball. That's what happened to the second ball. Now, why does this happen? Let me explain. The first ball, when I dropped it from this side, see, this ball is a light one. That is, it has less mass. And an object with less mass, it has high acceleration. And when an object with less mass and high acceleration, you need to exert more force to make it to act on an object. But when an object with more mass, when an object has more mass, it has less acceleration. When an object has more mass and less acceleration, you have to only apply less force to make it act on an object. That is the second law of motion. Let's move on to the third law of motion. Do you know that when you walk, you actually exert a force to the ground backwards, and the ground exerts a force to you forward? This is due to the third law of motion. The third law, which is the most popular and the easiest one. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So walking is a daily life example, but I have another example too. For example, the bouncing of the ball. When a ball bounces, the ball hits the ground. This is called action. This is a force applied by the ball to the ground. It's called action. Now when it bounces back, that is the surface applying the same amount of force to the ball. It's called reaction. So it goes action and reaction. Action and reaction. Now question remains. Though action and reaction are equal and opposite to each other, why don't they cancel? And that's simply because action and reaction act on the different objects. That's why they don't cancel each other. Now that is the third law of motion.
A very warm welcome to everybody present here. My name is Hannah and today I'll be showing you guys a really cool experiment that will obviously increase your or pique your love for physics in particular. So we have all learned about reflection and refraction and the ways of light, right? And it has always amazed us even though it's tough to study. So today I'm going to take an interesting experiment. So it's basically a hologram, okay? So all you've got to do is make a model, okay? It's a really easy model. It's made up of the cardboard boxes, and the extra thing all you need is a plastic sheet, which I am pretty sure is always available. ready to use, right? So all you've got to do is take cardboard pieces and cut it in such a way that the two sides should have a cut in here, so that you can easily keep the plastic sheet in. Otherwise you can also stick it in, but I've chosen this method. Then you also need to cut the top half of it, okay, so that you can place the mobile or whatever through which you can show the image, okay, and the image will be formed in the plastic sheet here. So let us see how it works, okay. So it's a really simple project and can be done easily. So let us see how it works.
This is another video again, which I just paused the video, and so as you can see, this is also a butterfly. Now it's a bird. It all depends on the video which is being played, and you can easily get an image of that in the plastic sheet. So if you can actually see, the plastic sheet in which the image is being formed. I'm holding the mobile horizontally so you can see the box. The mobile is kept at the top. See, this is the mobile screen which is being reflected here in a very beautiful manner. Okay, so the mobile is kept at the top through the hole I showed you guys earlier. See, this is the mobile screen, and this is the plastic sheet in which the image is being formed, and is being formed in such a beautiful manner, I guess in a more brighter way as well. And you can see
So as you can see, it was a really beautiful experiment that actually plays with the laws of light, right? So let's all try that simple thing out. All you've got to do is search on how to make a hologram.
Warm greetings to one and all. I'm Nuga from 10A, and I'm here to present a working model of human excretory system. Before knowing the function of human excretory system, let us know what is excretion. The biological process of removal of nitrogenous gas, metabolism waste from our body is known as excretion. Now let's move on to human excretory system. A pair of kidney, a pair of ureters, urinary bladder and urethra makes up the human excretory system. The kidneys are present in the either side of the backbone in our abdomen. Internally, the kidney is made up of numerous microscopic excretory units known as nephrons, also known as the kidney tubules. So let me demonstrate how the urine is exited from our body. So the kidney produces urine and it is passed to the ureters into the urinary bladder, where it is stored and released from our urethra. So now let us know what is the functions of kidney. The function of kidney is to filtration of blood to remove the waste products of the metabolism. Our kidney filters about 180 liters of blood to produce 1 to 2 liters of urine every day. So I would love to conclude here. Thank you so much.
Hello all, myself Nora Nasir and I am a student of grade 10A. Now here I have come up with a small and a short interesting experiment on a topic of test for carbon dioxide. We know that air is something that is very precious and is there every time and everywhere surrounding us. And air is consisting of different particles, different types of air such as carbon dioxide, oxygen, of course, which is most important for our living beings, necessary for our life, and nitrogen, hydrogen, etc. We have so many types of airs. But here we have come up with this test for carbon dioxide, where we are going to prove that carbon dioxide is present, and hope you all are going to enjoy. So today in our experiment we are going to check if carbon dioxide is present. So first of all we have a transparent glass, and we have a glass of slate lime, which we commonly say as lime juice, and its chemical expression or formula is calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide, and we are going to test using a straw. Now we are going to check, this is our formula that we are going to check, and here it is, calcium hydroxide is what we call it as slate lime or lime juice, along with carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is added to it, and let's check that we get a milky white precipitate of calcium carbonate along with water. Okay, so now we are going to add up our solution, our liquid that is slate lime, into this glass.
white precipitate. So we have to blow until it turns milky white. So that's the result. It shows that carbon dioxide is present. So we have to blow until it turns white, milky white in color. So right now we are successfully, you can observe that there is a change in its color. As firstly we have seen it was a lightish yellowish, pale yellowish color, and right now we have blown carbon dioxide through these straw, and we have found that there is color, as I have mentioned. It has changed its color into milky white precipitate. So this is our experiment today, and we have proved that by adding carbon dioxide or blowing air into our solution, that is today's solution was calcium hydroxide, which is acetate. We have observed that we have found a milky white precipitate, that is a calcium carbonate in a liquid form, that is water H2O. So thank you all.
Hello everyone, I'm here to present a video about bacteriophages. Bacteriophages, also known as phages, are viruses that infect and replicate only in bacterial cells. They are ubiquitous in the environment and are recognized as the abundant biological agent on Earth. Phages were discovered by Frederick Tuert in 1915 and by Felix Herrel in 1917. Like all viruses, phages are simple organisms that consist of a core of a genetic material, nucleic acid, surrounded by a protein capsid. The nucleic acid may be either DNA or RNA and may be double-stranded or single-stranded. They are extremely diverse in size, morphology, and genomic organization. There are three basic structural forms of phage: an icosahedral head with a tail, an icosahedral head without a tail, and a filamentous form. Here I have a model of an icosahedral head with a tail which I made. Let's have a look on the structure of the phage. The structure of the phage goes with the head of a shape of an icosahedral with 20 faces and 30 edges. In it contains the genetic material of the virus. This head is connected to a short collar which sits on a long tail covered by the contractile sheath. This tail sits on the base plate. 6 long flexible tails arise from the base plate, which helps the phage to connect to the surface of the bacteria. Just like other viruses, phages must infect a host cell in order to reproduce. The steps that make up the infection process are called life cycle of a phage. Phages can reproduce via a lytic life cycle in which they burst and kill their host cell, and via lysogenic life cycle in which they incorporate nucleic acid into the chromosome of the host cell and replicate with it as a unit without destroying the host cell. When a phage finds its victim, it connects its tail fibers with the receptors of the host and uses a sort of a syringe to puncture a surface. The phage squeezes and injects its genetic information. A powerful enzyme punches a hole in the bacteria, and due to the high pressure, it bursts out and dies. The new phages are released and begin the cycle anew. Before antibiotics were discovered, there was a considerable research on bacteriophages as a treatment for human bacterial disease. Bacteriophages attack only their host bacteria and not human cells, so they are potentially good candidates to treat bacterial disease in humans. Phages have played an important role in laboratory research. The first phage studied were type 1 to type 7, and they were used as a model system for the study of virus multiplication. In 1952, Alfred D. Hershey and Marthe Chase used the type 2 phage in the famous experiment in which they demonstrated that only nucleic acid of phage were required for their replication. This supported the theory that DNA is the genetic material. For his work with the bacteriophages, he was awarded Nobel Prize for Physiology and Medicine in 1969. Many researches were made on phages, and a technology known as phage display was developed for the treatment of many diseases. American biochemist George P. Smith and British biochemist Gregory P. Winder refined phage display technology for the development of human antibody proteins which can be used to treat diseases in humans. Adalimumab, used for the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis, was the first fully human antibody made via phage display to be approved by FDA. George Smith and Gregory were awarded 2018 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the discoveries relating to phage display.
The only way to discover the limits of the possible is to go beyond them into the impossible. Dear children, I believe this is what we have achieved today when you have gone beyond your comfort zone of thinking and visualization. This first digital exhibition showcases a clear vision from our children, which leads us to the conclusion that the world has a safer future. It is a great privilege for my entire department to submit this innovative gathering of great enthusiasm and passion to you. This also encourages us to raise our standards of expectations and outcomes from our little ones in the future. As a head of the department, I take this opportunity to wish all my future digital enthusiasts all the very best to create their own space in the digital world, which is an inevitability of our society. Thank you.